Nikke wasn't the first gacha I tried after falling out of Genshin Impact. That spot went to Punishing Gray Raven, and while its gameplay was excellent, the story just didn't pull me in. Eventually, I stopped caring and walked away from the story altogether. Then came a game I originally dismissed as nothing more than flashy fan service. I remember thinking, there's no way this can compare to Genshin or Punishing Gray Raven. I was wrong. Right from the start, Nikke felt different. The tone wasn't just surface level or overly flashy, it was darker, heavier. The world felt bleak, almost hopeless. And then came Marion. There was something subtle but powerful about her, like the way her eyes glowed. A detail you might miss unless you're paying close attention. And just as we were beginning to connect, we had to make a choice no player wants to make. We had to end her life. That moment crushed me. It was in that scene I realized Nikke wasn't like the others. It wasn't just telling a story, it was asking me to feel it. And I did. Every choice, every reveal started hitting harder. Unlike Genshin, this world wasn't merciful. As the story unfolded, I started seeing the Nikkes not as soldiers, but as victims, people trapped in a war they never asked to fight. Every chapter, every mission made one thing clear. There are no filler arcs here. Every bit of the narrative is canon, and that means every tragedy, every loss matters. We learned the truth about the arc, and with each revelation, my perspective changed. At the beginning, I was hopeful. I believed we could make the world better with enough kindness and determination, but that hope began to twist. Slowly, I found myself becoming more desperate. I was no longer the naive commander who hesitated. I became someone willing to do anything to change that cruel world, even if it meant becoming colder, more decisive. There's something painfully real about that transformation. And the best part? I didn't have to dig through endless logs or hidden lore. The story lives in the characters. Every expression, every line of dialogue shift up makes sure you feel like you're right there beside them. Each Nikke feels alive. They're not just static portraits. They laugh, cry, scream, argue. You see their personalities in the way they move, the way they react. You get attached. And when something happens to them, it hurts. I've always liked lore, but Nikke made me care about it. Not out of obligation, but because I genuinely wanted to know more. Not because the game told me to, but because the characters made me feel like I needed to.